Hi, this is Nancy Reynolds, Stampin' with Nutsy, and I am going to do another card with the Rain or Shine suite. I really like this suite, but this second page, besides the beautiful DSP, it has that wonderful little clump kind of in the middle right side of loose embellishments, which are pretty cool. And we're going to do something with those on this card. Let me put you right down to the table. Here we are. This is the card I designed for today. It's got a little frame around it, happy little bunny with his kite, and a simple inside. But I was looking at this and I thought, this could be even more fun. One thing I did is I took those little loose flower embellishments that come in different sizes. They've got a little bit of green for the leaf on them, and I glued them all over the card, which I thought would just be fun to add to the daisies that are already on there. And then I got to thinking that this could be even more fun. So, what do you think about doing a shaker card? Doesn't that sound like a great idea? What I have is a piece of basic white. I used Mango Melody on this one, but I thought the basic white would work better. Just a single piece and skip kind of that little tiny layer of white. It is 5.5 by 8.5 or 14.9 by 21 centimeters, and it's scored in half and folded. Our next layer, well, the layer for the inside is 4 by 5.25 or 10 by 14.4 centimeters. That'll go inside, and we'll take care of that later. I have a piece of designer series paper, and I've already cut this, but it started out like this. It's the same size. It's the 4.25, 5 by 4.25 or 10 by 14.4 centimeters. And I was looking at it to make a frame, and I brought in my decal dies and kind of thought that that third one in from the third largest would make for a very nice frame for our card. So I cut it out. We're going to set this aside. I'll put it with my DSP scraps for use in another project. The other dies we're going to use, as long as I've got dies out, is we're going to use the circle from the stylish shape dies for our sentiment. Now, I was thinking that the shaker card is always fun. It just makes me want to play. So I have got a piece of window sheet. These are very easy to lose because they're clear. I set them down and I don't know where they're at. So I'm going to put it on top of the other card, thinking that I will remember. We're going to put that down first onto our edge. And I think I am going to use, no, I know I'm going to use some tearing tape. Tearing tape's got a nice holding power. This back side of the designer series paper has a little bit of a UV coating. That's what they put on it. So we're going to put this on because we have to corral all those wonderful little things we're going to put in. I noticed in the annual catalog, we're going to pull in one of the products from there. They're called Effervescent Elements, and they're pretty, and they're different sizes. There's some that are pretty small. Okay, we've got our tearing tape on. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to burnish that down, and I'm going to remove the backings. From our double-sided tape. Looks like that one. We'll take it up from this side. I like cards you can play with, and shaker cards are really fun. they've got a lot of play value. There we go. Let's see if I can get this up. I'm a danger with. Yep. Here we go. And then we'll take this window sheet and put it right on top. Now, if it overlaps a little or if it's not quite straight, it really doesn't matter because we have scissors and we can trim a little bit if we need to. Like I see I've got it just off a little bit right there. So I'll just trim that edge off. I really didn't get it on straight, did I? And I think that took care of everything that needed to be trimmed. And those little trimmings are somewhere on my desk. There's one. See if I can get that in the garbage. Now the second step is we need to put, now I just had those. We need to put our adhesive strips, our foam adhesive strips. You'll notice that they're just a little bit thicker than dimensionals. And I just pull it off and put it inside the area here, the edge. Doesn't need to go way out to the side, although you could. It's just this will corral those fun elements that we're going to put in. And my foam adhesive strips, I bought them when we first put them out. We started selling them, so they were a little old. So I find that my tape doesn't stick very well to the top. They are sticky. And they stick nicely to the window sheet. One of the things you want to make sure is I left a little extra room here because I want them to overlap. And I was watching a friend do this, and she was playing with her strips. And she said if you put just a little bit of glue where they're going to touch, that gives you a little extra adhesion because you want to make sure that none of that fun stuff that we put in here, all of our effervescent elements and our loose flower elements, loose daisy elements, we want to make sure that they stay where we put them, inside the card. Have you ever made a shaker card and you didn't have it well attached? Oh my, I have. And you're fight with that, trying to get it to fill up that little gap you accidentally left. It is not fun. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the edge here. Well, I would if my glue was going to cooperate with me. I always keep a T-pin handy. Matter of fact, I keep it in. Oh, now that's a bit too much. Let's see if I can get just a little bit of that, not all of it. And that looked like a bit much, so I'm going to take a little bit off with my finger. Smush these together. There. That is to corral all of our elements. Pull this off. Find a rag to wipe the glue off my finger. Don't need to get that all over everything. And now we're going to put in the elements. We will put this on. This is our front. This is 3.75 by 5, which is 9.5 by 13.9 centimeters. And we are going to take this, let's see. I like the mango at the top. Don't know why. And we're going to put it on like this in a moment. We're going to take some of these nice loose embellishments. I have this wonderful little spoon that lives in my craft room. I've used quite a few of the embellishments for some different cards, so I'm running a little low. We need to leave enough for the live video, so let's just do that. But we do have a brand new container of these effervescent elements. Now, are these cool or what? Plus, they're going to make a wonderful noise when they swish around in our shaker card. Okay. Now, let's put on our... Oh, I've got them all over the place. I'm going to pull those off the edge towards the middle, especially the larger ones that are on here. Let's see, do I have all of them? Now, let's put this on. Flowers at the bottom. Excellent. And here we are. We have made a shaker card. A focal piece shaker card. Now, is that not fun? Looks like that one is stuck. Oh well. He is stuck. There, now he's not stuck anymore. Oh, sorry. I was playing. I tell you, they're fun. So we're going to put this on our card. And I think since it's going to have a little more weight on the front, that I'm going to use my Tombow glue for this. Well, that didn't work well. Let me open up the back side. Put the lid on. I find that when I'm at the end of my glue, sometimes it does strange things like that. So I'm just going to take this little spreader and spread it all over. You also, if you've got a large area that you're gluing, this also, the glue comes out this side too. But since I had such a big glob, let's put this side to work. My first thought is to take my finger and spread it around, and I think that was a bad thought. Okay, we're going to put our shaker element on, and then we're going to decorate the front of our shaker card. I wanted to show you a little tip. If I could stop playing with this, I would. Let's see, okay. Set it aside. Put it over there. If you are making a lot of cards, and you know you're going to put your sentiment on a circle of a specific size, first, make yourself a template. Maybe cut out a white circle or just out of the scrap of paper. I cut out the circle for the Oh Happy Day. And this just sits right in. It's like a slug. A plug? Slug? I don't know. And you put that in. Then you can take make sure you support your Stamparatus when you ink up. One reason I'm doing this on the Stamparatus is I know that my Memento is not going to look a really dark black stamping on Designer Series paper. It's going to look much lighter than I want it. Well, now that, normally it stays right where you put it. So I think we might go with the lighter look, because I'm not sure I can get this in the exact same spot since it's a circle. But yesterday, or the other day when I was doing it, I was able to do a Happy Day and stamp it 2 or 3 times. But we're not going to do that today because I should have reached in and held it down. my bad. But we have an Oh Happy Day sentiment, which I'm going to put up here, not totally just on this, but up here. And because there is so much dimension to this card, I am not going to put anything on dimensionals. I am, however, because of the window sheet, I want to make sure I've got something that will hold it in place well. So I think I'm going to use glue dots. So that might give a little bit more dimension. Not a lot, but a little. So I'm going to put 3 little glue dots on this. And put Oh Happy Day up here, and I think I'm going to put it at an angle. And what I did was, we have dies with the set. The Rainy Plane in the Rain, there's the Plane in the Rain dies. And they cut out some of the animals in the DSP. So I used my little bunny die and cut out my bunny. Let's see, I did not do my ribbon, and I don't think I'm going to. I just think there's enough going on with this card. I'm going to put him down in the bottom corner because I want room for my kite. It's a kite flying sort of day in Little Mr. Bunny's world. Here we go. Or not. I'll anchor him down in a couple of different spots. I might actually do a little bow with the ribbon. We'll see. I'll just put him right here on and off the window sheet. And the kite is so cute. Whoops. It comes with there's a die to cut the decoration to decorate your kite. And this is the back side of one of the Designer Series papers. This one, the one with the sky and the flowers that we're using. And it also has a die that cuts out 3 little bows. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 of the little bows on the kite strings. And then I'm going to put 1 as a bow tie for the bunny. So as you can see, sometimes cards change. What you first design, and then you can make it more fun. So here's his bow tie, which does not match his jacket, but it matches perfectly his kite. Okay, let's see if we can get a drop of glue instead of a dollop of glue. Very good. That makes me happy. I'm going to put this on the kite. I do like the Tombow glue because it does give you a little bit of wiggle room if you need it. And going back to glue dots because I don't want any glue mess on my window sheet. And I know glue dots hold things really well. Okay, we'll do another one. I'm going to kind of see where that's going to go and add a glue dot under his paw. to anchor the kite string. So there's our kite. And then we'll do a glue dot roll. Have you ever done a glue dot roll? You just take your glue dot and roll it up nice and tiny. Or you take your pick tool, and then you can put it on your little bow tie here. There's a string for the kite. And we'll do another one. A little glue dot roll. And put it on the middle there. Maybe I'll just bring this over like this. Put it on and pull it off. And there's our card. Isn't that fun? I definitely recommend shaker cards because they are so much fun to play with. Who wouldn't like getting that one? So there's our card. Now that we know that the party doesn't end with the outside with the cards. We need to continue our party on the inside. So I have 2 strips of that background paper, and I'm going to put them on each side. And I am going to use my silicone mat and my seal and put this on. Kind of leave just a tiny bit of white on the other side. There we are. And we'll do our second side. I hope you're having fun and enjoying. I know you're enjoying everybody's presentation. And then you've got these videos to come back to if you have questions or aren't sure what we did. There we are. I am just going to do a little trim because I see I'm hanging over just a tiny bit. I like to use seal on the inside and not Tombow when I'm using my basic white because I think Tombow shows through a little bit. And I don't like that. Here we are. There's our inside. We have a lovely, fun shaker card that's pretty on the outside, pretty on the inside. And next we're going to do a very quick and easy, pretty envelope. I found that I cut off quite a bit of the sky so I could make sure of the DSP, so I made sure I got that nice piece there for the inside of our shaker card. So I'm just going to glue it well on the back, press it down, and trim it. And again, this is scrap. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're a little smaller. And now I'm going to bring in my trimmer, if I can get to it, because I've stacked a lot of stuff on top of it. And I am just going to trim off, I'm going to trim off this part and even it up. And then 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch because I'll get more clouds that way. I'm left with a little strip. And I will put this on the front. And I'm making sure that I'm going to get that well covered. I'm going to leave a little bit I left a little bit on each side with no adhesive. Do make sure that if there's anything hanging over the edge, you tuck it under. Put this on. It's well adhered. And now we have a bright and pretty envelope so that when your friend, after you've made it and put it in the mail, can go to a mailbox and take out a Happy Mail envelope. Okay, so here we are. Let me get those little pieces out of the way. Our shaker card. Yay! Fun to play with, pretty to look at, and stands up. So it can be displayed on somebody's mantle or table. So I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it with you, and I am looking so forward to when we can do this together in the Zoom retreat. Anyway, until I talk to you then, happy crafting. Bye-bye.